Welcome to Cambridge Language Institute. This is Ansar Ahmad. In this video, I'm going to talk about that physical properties of alkenes. So the first properties is that the first three alkenes are in the form of gases. Like for example, we say the first one is that is called gases. So we have the first one is called ethene. The next one is called propene, and next one is called that is basically called butene. That is called butene here. And now if we talk about the next one, so alkenes are present in the form of gas, liquid and solid. If we talk about the further, so we can talk about you can get it in a liquid form also. That is called in a liquid form. For example, you can get like pentene, and also that we can get that hexene in a liquid form, and also that we can get that heptene, also that heptene, etc. And also beside this you can get also these are in the form of solid as well. Solid above, then you can get in solid form also. Solid form means above, then like maybe you can get that octane, and you can get that octene, and also that you may get that is called nonene, and also that decane, and go on further. Above than this you can get in a form of in a solid form. That is, you can get in a solid form, and this one you may get in a liquid form, and this may you get in a gaseous form here. So this one is the first properties which is given in a book. That first three are called gases, the rest of are called liquid, and above in this you can get it in solid form. So this was the first properties. Now let's talk about that the second properties. The second properties is that alkenes are called non-polar. Alkenes are called non-polars. So what do you mean by non-polars? So the second properties is called non-polars. What we talk about here? Non-polar. So alkenes are, if we talk about here alkenes, so alkenes are non-polar. That is called here non-polar. Non-polar means one is called polar, one is called non-polar. Let's talk about a little bit that what does polar means. Like for example, we have hydrogen, and next we have hydrogen. So those atoms which have same electronegativity, so the folds are not formed, we called what? We called non-polar. What we called and polar are those, like for example H2O. We can that H2O. So look it, in case of here oxygen electronegativity is more than hydrogen, so the pair of electron will be moved toward the oxygen. So water is polar, and there is a law which is called like dissolve like. So alkenes are non-polar, so it will dissolve. That is called dissolve and what? Dissolve and a non-polar. That is called a non-polar, and it will not dissolve in a in a pole. Like for example, I say that alkenes, that is called here alkenes will not dissolve. That is called not dissolve. That is called here dissolve, and what? That is called polar. Polar solvent or polar organic compound, it will not solve. Like we can also call polar solvent. Like for example, if we talk about example of this is water. Example of this is water. It will not dissolve in a water here, because we have the law. The law is like dissolve like. Non-polar will dissolve in non-polar. Polar will dissolve in polar. But non-polar will not dissolve in a polar, and the same polar will not dissolve in a non-polar. Now the last properties, that is called third. That is called that melting point, and next one is called boiling point, and density. That is called here density, density. Density will increase with the increase in a series mean and molecular mass. Like for example, talk about later on here. For example, we say that melting point. What is melting point? Simply means the point melt. What we call the point in which solid change to liquid, and boiling point, the point in which liquid change to gas, is called the boiling point. Density D is equal to M beta V. That is called mass beta volume is called density. So we say it increase with a series. Increase with a series means because their molecular mass is increased. Molecular mass is increased. Molecular mass is increased. Like for example, if you talk about here that how melting point, boiling point, and density increase, because in a series it make a series. Like how? Look at, if you talk about the first one, so the first one is called ethene. That is called the ethene. Ethene formula is that is basically called CH2. What we have? So we have CH2 and also we can just have that is called CH2. Simply we can write here C2H4. H4. Now if we talk about that methane, if we talk about that next one is called propene. That is called propene. So what? Look at their structure increase. C3 and H6. If we talk about next one, like for example I say butene. That is called here butene. So what here? C4 and also that H8 and also that we can talk about that is called pentene. So what we get? We get C5 and H10. So look at in a series. Series. Look at here. There is carbon number is 2, 3, 4. So it increase with the stepwise. So when it increase, their molecular mass is increased. And when their molecular mass is increased, their melting point is also increased, boiling point is also increased, and density is also increased. So that's enough for this video.